Um, okay, guys, so we are back. We just did live interview with her, but we decided to do a different kind of segment, or sort of another slash interview slash segment or whatever. It's the AMBW After Dark segment, and we haven't done those for a hot minute. I think it's been what was the last one? The last one that we did was way back in June, so it was a long time ago. Um, but yeah, so I'm joined with Lena, who I just got done interviewing. So so obviously, just for everyone watching, for those of you who don't know what AMBW After Dark is, so AMBW After Dark is basically it should be rated M/X or whatever. It's a lot of X-rated talk, but what we do, but no, I mean basically that's the point of the segment is basically Asian men, Black women talk about you know their sexual experiences with each other and stuff, and there is no filter, so unlike the interviews, this is basically going to be for mature audiences only. So hopefully you are at least 18 watching this or whatever. I don't know, or hopefully you're not one of her exes or whatever. So, but
Oh God, I hope.
anyway, so without further ado, I'm gonna get right into it. And like I said, this is pretty much free filter, all that stuff. So if you're highly offended, I suggest you leave right away because I don't care. So okay. So anyway, so my first question to kick this off would be what's not really a question. Why don't you just okay? Actually, how about this? What was your I guess your most memorable experiences. I want to start off by doing this. What was your most memorable sexual experience with, like an Asian guy?
Oh, I feel like instant regret, but I'm gonna roll with this. Um, I'm trying to tell this story so it doesn't look as bad as it looks. I have two very amazing experiences, and they were both Vietnamese guys. Um, Okay. Whew. I'm sorry. I got to get over my anxiety telling these stories because I'm such a private person, and I know one of my friends knows that I'm doing this, and I don't think I told her this story. So, um, I just want to put a disclaimer. I'm not a whore. So any guy who was interested in possibly dating me, I don't behave this way anymore. I was. Ooh, I hope none of my exes see this. Ooh, okay. So, the guy from California, I met him after like a breakup with one of my exes. That ex happened to be black. And he was just like, I don't know why you're going out with an Asian guy. I heard they have small penises anyway, and I think you're going through a phase and da, da, da. And I'm like, oh, okay, you don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of because I kicked you out my house and you're living with your mom. So at least he's doing something. He has an engineering degree. So I'm gonna just stop right there and describing him because if he sees this video, he's gonna know exactly who I'm talking about. So he my air condition broke and we were supposed to go on a date and it was the weekend. But my air condition broke and something happened where we couldn't go out, so we were going to end up hanging out my house with my air conditioner broke. So I was like, hey, I would love to meet you, but my air conditioner broke. He's like, oh, you're lying. I don't even believe you're real, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, like seriously, my air conditioner is broke. Like I live in the South. Like it's freaking hot. It's summertime. I'm not about to have you over here and it's hot. And he's like, just wait till it's nighttime, but he's not from this area. So it's humid and hot at night. And he lived 30 minutes away. And he was like, just let me come and say hello, because if not, I'm not going to believe you. And right. And at this age, I was really young and dumb because I'm like meeting a stranger off Bumble. And I'm like, oh, sure, come to my house to prove me wrong, even though you're wrong like this. And I live by myself. This was like, ladies, please don't do this. This was like one of the most dangerous, stupidest things I've ever done. Thank God he was not an axe murderer. But he drives 30 minutes to my city. He comes to my house and he's like, it's hot as fuck in here. I'm like, duh, the air conditioning's broke. So I tour him around my house and we're sitting on the couch, and he's like staring at me weirdly. And this is the first Asian guy I've talked to since high school, and that guy rejected me very badly. I'm not going to talk about that experience. It's still traumatic to me. But he's staring at me, and right while I'm in the middle of asking him a question, he kisses me, and that was the best kiss of my life. I swear his lips were so soft. I was like, I saw stars kissing this man, and he grabbed my face, and it was like a dramatic soap opera kiss. I can still taste his lips on my lips as I'm telling this story. So I'm like, he kissing me, and I'm like, I don't even know what I was saying to you. He's like, yeah, I know. I'm that attractive. So he's getting a big head, and I'm like, okay, this guy is so fine, but I just got a long relationship. I'm very conservative as a Southerner, and it would be very terrible as for a lady like me to sleep with this guy, but I kind of want to sleep with this guy. So I think he was thinking the same thing too. So he goes into my kitchen, which is connected to my living room. He turns off my kitchen light. Then he turns off. Ooh, I hope he doesn't come across this video. Then he turns off my living room light, and we're like making out on my couch, and then like, oh god. I'm sorry. This is super cringy for me because like this is my first one night stand ever. And it was amazing. It was so amazing. Like, it was so amazing. It's like you've been eating McDonald's your whole entire life, and then all of a sudden you have like, what do you guys like out there? What's it called? In-N-Out Burger. And you have like In-N-Out Burger, and it's like, oh my god, where the fuck has In-N-Out Burger been in my whole life? Like, prior to this sexual experience, the person I was with before him, who I was dating for a few years, and his mom cut off all my hair. When I lost my virginity to him, I was like, oh, this is what sex is like. I probably could live without it for the rest of my life. Like, I could be a nun and be okay with that. After I had sex with this Vietnamese guy, I was like, oh my god, I can't live without this guy. I have to have more of him. This is what sex is like. This is what sex is supposed to be like. That's top two. So the next day after we have sex, I tell my best friend about it. She was like, good for you. Because I feel like you've been having bad sex. That's why you've had a bad attitude, but you seem so positive and happy. And I'm very ashamed to say this, but I had a date that next day. And this is where that story I was telling you about happened. So I tried to flake on that date too, because I had slept with this guy and this was my first one night stand, but I didn't want it to be a one night stand. I really wanted to date this guy. And the other guy thought the same thing. I don't know why people think I'm a catfish on my profile. I have no idea. Even when the first guy came to my house, he was like, oh, you look like you look on your profile. I really didn't even think you were real. And I was like, why? But anyway, the next guy comes to my house because I'm trying to flake on this date as well. And stupid me, I gave out my address to these strangers who was like, yeah, let me pick you up. Da, da, da. Please do not give out your address to strangers. Especially if you meet them online dating and you've never met them before. I was very stupid. You're right. When you're in your 20s, you're young and dumb. And I'm in my mid-20s, but I was in my early 20s when that shit happened. So, oh, I really hope he does not. The first one doesn't see this video. Because he's going to be like, that bitch fuck somebody up. Okay. So, the next guy comes to my house and he's like, and I'm like, at this point, I've been like cleaning my house, trying to figure out what is wrong with my air condition. And that morning, my mom brought like a window unit type thing to my house. So it's cooling the house, but I have a very large home. It's like 19 square feet. So it's only cooling the kitchen because I have it in my kitchen. And I'm just dripping with sweat. And the guy comes to my house and he sees me frantically trying to see what's going on with the air condition because I can't afford to fix the air condition right now. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to just go on YouTube and figure this shit out. Like, I'm a boss. Boom. YouTube has everything. And like, he stops me because I'm like running back and forth and I'm watching this YouTube video and I'm running to my AC unit and he stops me. He's like, you're not going to pay me any attention. I'm like, look at me. I'm dripping in sweat. What's wrong with you? He was like, I don't care. And he like licked the sweat from like my collarbone up to my chin. And I was like, you're nasty. you're really nasty. He was like, I don't care. He was like, I'll lick all over you. And I was like the Kabacha girl, like, well, like, I don't have time for this. That was a great offer. Like under any other circumstances, this would be a great offer. So I'm staring there at him and he's like so serious trying to get me to like pay attention to him. And I'm just like, I don't know why I did this. He was fine too. I don't know why I did this, but he was like, yeah, let's just go in your room and talk. I'm so stupid. I was so stupid back then. I was so stupid. I was like, I legitimately was like, oh, we are gonna go talk, and I'm gonna talk his ass out my house. So we go in my room, and I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. He gets on my bed, and can I say this? You said I could say it. Okay. So he's how do I say this without actually, you know what? I can say this because part of my constitutional rights is no self-incrimination. We go in my room and he starts we start to engage in adult activities that's legal on the West Coast, but not on the East Coast. So we're doing that, and like I'm like, oh, let me get my hookah because we're just about to chill, and like the air conditioning's broke, but it's hot in my room. Like my thermostat is in my room. It's like 98 degrees in my room, even with the window open. I'm sweating. He, for some reason, is not sweating, but he's okay with being in my room. So he's all of a sudden he's like, oh, I'm getting hot. And he takes his shirt off. And I'm still like he has this mapped out in his head. He already knows what he's about to do. I clearly don't because I'm just going with this dumb shit. Like, I'm still about to get this man out my house. And this was like noon. This was noon. So it was peak heat in my house. So we're smoking and I get my hookah and he was like, oh, let me give you a massage. And I was like, yeah, I am pretty tense. I'm stressed out. My air conditioner broke. Starts giving me a massage, starts kissing me. And I completely forgot about the guy from the previous night. And so, terrible, 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 terrible. Oh, I'm so sorry to the men who are going to be hurt by this story. So he's like, oh my God, you have such soft lips. I wonder if your other lips are soft. Oh, this story is just like, you're getting the. I'm sorry, I have to keep pausing because this story is just a bit much for me to tell. Oh, okay. So I'm like trying to be cute and sexy. I'm like, ooh, why don't you find out? Shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that because I was completely capping. I was trying to be funny. He was serious about it because before I knew it, he like flipped me over on the bed and like it was like the Flash. He snatched my pants off. I was wearing shorts today. He snatched my shorts off, and I was like, I don't know if we should be doing this. This is like very hot. You know, I didn't wax. I wasn't expecting you. It's like, I don't care. So he's kissing my ankles. And he's so sensual with it. So I didn't want to stop him because like this experience that I'm experiencing right now, like with him being slow and intentional and intense and sensual, it was like, yes, let me, it was like I'm having an outer body experience reading a book. I'm like, yes, keep doing what you're doing. I want to find out what else is going to happen here. So he's kissing me up. He's kissing my lips. He's caressing me. And like he goes down on me. And that was the best oral experience I ever had in my life. Oh my God. so great. So great. I was like, oh my God, you should be a porn star. You're so amazing. This is so great. Oh my God. Then we had sex, and he's uncircumcised. So if you have not experienced having uncircumcised penis, just know that when guys are uncircumcised, their recovery period is a lot quicker. So with him coming, he was able to get it back up instantly, and we had sex from like 12:30 to like 7:30 at night, like constantly having sex, small nap breaks, water, just constant sex. Amazing. And so, um, this is terrible for me to say, but since this is after dark, I'm gonna say it here. I feel like when my friends ask me about having sex with Asian guys, I feel like if you want to have some amazing sex, get you an Asian guy who's Vietnamese. And if he's like uncircumcised, like that's like double points. You're gonna fall in love with that man. Let's hope he's not a fuck boy, because this guy turned out to be a fuck boy, but the sex was so great. We ended up dating, but he turned out to be a fuck boy. So I was like, yeah, I don't want to date you, but I will continue to fuck you because I want to continue to fuck you. So if you're cool with that, I'm gonna be cool with that. We're gonna continue to have sex. We had like a casual relationship for probably 3 years until I ended up actually dating the first guy that I had sex with the day prior. Never told him I had sex with somebody else afterwards. Hopefully he does not watch this video and all of a sudden hates me for it. Because I really love that guy. I actually ended up falling in love with that guy. But yeah, best sex I've ever had, best sexual experience I had with those two guys, and they were Vietnamese.
Okay.
Sorry, that was
Oh, no, that's fine. No, just FYI, guys are not the only. Let me start over. Vietnamese guys are not the only Asian guys who give good. What's the word? Is head the right now? When you talk about a
fellatio,
place,
oral sex.
yeah,
How would
yeah.
you know? Do you got rave reviews?
I'm.
What's your reviews looking like?
I mean, I've gone down on a lot of women, like a lot.
I
So
mean, but how do you know it's been that amazing to them?
because I eventually learned how to make a woman squirt.
Is that what it means? That is that amazing? I really need to learn about female anatomy because,
Yeah.
like, I don't want to ask you these questions, but what? Wait, okay. So we didn't establish that. What are you? Because you said Vietnamese guys aren't the only guys. Actually, they give great D too. So if you want to claiming the spot for great oral to other than Vietnamese guys, that's fine. But they give great D too. Like, oh my goodness. This man asked to move inside my house with his child, and I almost said yes. Thank God I got out of that. What are you?
I'm Chinese American.
Oh, okay. Y'all do give great. Yeah. My ex that was in a long distance relationship. He was Chinese. Yes. Yes. Okay. So yeah, I can vouch for him too, girls. They give great head too. And I don't know if you have passionate sex, but their sex is pretty great too. Top three.
Yeah, I can. I've got no complaints there. I'm a freak. Like that's the thing. Like if I started talking about it, my own experiences, we had to do a whole other video for that. But yeah, like two other
Let's do
videos.
the video. I support the shenanigans.
Um, so like for instance, just a sneak preview of it because I want to make this more about you, but just a sneak preview of it. So like for instance, like I know you said about like your guys like being able to go for a long time or whatever. Like for me, like that's also the case, but also like if literally if I don't have any juice left or whatever, like I one time I was hooking up with this old this woman. She's like she's really beautiful. It's exotic. Like she's like mixed, like black, Filipino, Hispanic, white, gorgeous woman. And she's about 8 years older than me, and we were going out for a while. And then it's not going out. We were going at it for a while, and I was all out. And so I just saw a banana, and I saw a cucumber nearby, and I just used it.
I'm sorry. I'm listening. I'm listening.
And then later on afterwards, we cleaned off, took a shower together, and then as she was taking a shower, like I was right behind her, like bits and pieces of the fruit were falling out of her. Well, were basically falling out of her, basically. So it was like it was weird. It was kind of gross. It was like, I mean, just to see fruit that was inside her. Plus, I can't say it too loud because of where I am right now, but yeah.
So I feel like I should know the answer to this question, but I'm gonna ask it anyway because how you told the story. She was aware that these things were going in her, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh God.
And then it wasn't that wasn't like the only thing though, because after that, like I tried to I tried to shove the banana in there and it broke off. So I was like, okay, well that's the end of that. So I saw like those chairs, right? Those chairs that obviously a chair, like we all know what a chair is. Like the chair leg portion of it, like I picked it up and like I like shoved it in there and like immediately like it was I shoved it in there so hard she squirt like right over like it was
This is
like right away. Like
oh my God.
you can hear that shit too. It was like just
This is oh my goodness. This is I don't even have the words for I'm speechless. I'm speechless. So you made a cucumber banana smoothie inside your girl. And then you got mad when she was showering and it was falling out because you said it was gross. And I'm just like, did we not think that far through when we were putting these pieces in her? Like, this is like, because I have a trick with honey and tea and oral, and like I know the finish to end part, like how it's gonna go down. But you, sir, this is funny. This is hilarious. Yes, we need all of your stories because you're worse than me. Like, yes, we need your stories. Your stories are funnier than mine. Yes. So your comment said a chair. Say what now?
yeah. No, it was the chair leg, and like it was like when I shoved it inside of her, like she made a noise that like it was like I can't. Again, I'm inside like a cafe, so I can't say it. I can't repeat it, but it was sexy. It was like a moan, but it was also like a gasp. You know, it's like you could tell that she was like being like. I mean, like how what do you think like a woman would sound like if I shoved like a chair leg in her pussy? Like,
I would think she would sound like she's in pain.
no, it was actually hot.
You remind me of the guy that I had the casual relationship, which I like. I feel like he was grooming me because it was like every time we had sex, it was like he would take it up a notch and do something, do other things until we got like to anal, and I was like, "Whoa, hold on." Not that I'm against anal, but I'm like, look, I would like to save something for my husband. I'm not about to give you like all full access to me. And he like I would beg him. I would be like, "Can we just rest? Can we just take a nap?" Like he would just constantly want to have sex. That's how we ended up going for so many hours. Like it was enjoyable, but I feel like, God damn, I'm tired because I have actual Megan needs. Like I can, there's like this stigma that girls, when they get on top, they don't like to stay on top a long time. Like I can stay on top for a long time. I can hold my own. But I'd be like, after hours of this shit, I'm fucking tired. And like every time he would come and get back up, I'd be like, oh my God, again? it's not like it was enjoyable, but I think at one point, like I was like, I didn't drink enough water for this. You're gonna have to stay tonight if you're gonna keep wanting to fuck me.
So, like, let me ask you this: like, when you're riding on top, like, when you first of all, are you loud in bed?
Am I what?
Are you like loud? You like moan?
Oh yeah,
What?
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Cause like I own my residence, so like
We
I
gotta.
really wish my neighbors would come knock on my door. And I've lived in this house like my entire life, probably since I was in the third grade. My mother gave me this house. And I feel kind of bad because like my father passed away when I was in high school, and sometimes I'd be like, "Dang, my dad's watching me take D from these Asian guys, and I'm loving it."
I mean, if
Like,
that if that's the case, then you have to think it's not just it's like everyone, all your relatives. Like, I mean, I've done stuff that I think like man, if my grandparents are watching me now, they're probably just like blind. They're just like shaking their heads, just like, oh my god, what the hell? Like, this is the future of our bloodline. Oh man, this is
where did we go wrong?
no. I mean, everybody does it. That's the thing. Like everybody has sex. Like it's a natural part. Like some people are freakier than others, but it's like anybody who's just prudish about it or says they never done it is lying. So everyone does it. Everyone does it. It says.
Yeah, yeah, classy. So I have a question. For you, did you grow up religious?
I did, yeah, yeah, somewhat, I guess. Not like hardcore, but yeah.
So what was your experience with like did you feel conflicted when you started having sex based off your religious
No,
background or back?
no, hell no, no. All my friends that have, my friends that were religious or whatever, like they talk about sex. I mean, they were having sex. They all had girlfriends and what I mean, all this stuff. So it's like I said, I've actually never met anyone who was really uptight about it. Everybody, like even my most conservative, shy, quiet friends or whatever, I mean, everyone, everyone likes it. Everyone loves to fuck. So why not?
Can I ask you what was like one of your worst experiences, or was that one of your questions for me?
It was a question, and I'll ask you it. But I also to answer your question. My worst experience? I don't think I've really had really any bad experience. I want to say this, like I guess like okay, so let's sort of rephrase that question. So like I guess like the time one time that how do I say this? The most how about this? Let's rephrase it another way. What's the most pleasurable experience that I've had that didn't involve penetration? Okay, so for instance, I went to this club right in like Inland Empire, California, and I have a thing for older women. So I mean, I like younger women too. I like all women, but older women, I lost my virginity to a woman who was like 20 years older than me from like some bar in college. But anyway, no, sorry, that's another story. That's another story. So getting back to this story,
Let me write my question down. I have a question.
okay,
Damn, I have a
but
question.
but hang on, wait. But getting back on track really quick. So this story, what happened was I was at a bar, I was at a club in Inland Empire, California, and this is about like a decade ago. It's like in 2010, and so there was these two really like good looking, mature women, right, at the time, and like I was like 23 or something like that, really fucking young, and there was this hot ass blonde chick. They were like both in their 40s, and I don't know if they were drunk or whatever, but there was a lot of music playing. It was really loud, a lot of people. These two older women, they took me to like some dark corner of the club, and this blonde chick took off her top, and she was in like fucking wearing. She took off her pants. She was basically wearing black. Was she naked? She might have been naked, or she was wearing like black panties or something. I don't remember, but basically she got down on her knees and started sucking me off, and that shit went on for like 10 minutes. But here's the thing, though, like it was awesome. It was the best. It was the best head I've ever gotten because I didn't come. But she did this trick, right? She did this trick where it felt like I was gonna come, but I was still able to hold back. But that shit went on for 10 minutes, and it just got more and more intense every time, and I felt like I was gonna fucking explode. But the only reason that I stopped was because she said I had to take a break. So that's how long it went. So that's how long. That's how long it went on for. Like she literally had to step aside. And then also I want to say also at the same time that that was going down, the other woman who was also older, like she's not old, but like older, like in her 40s, like she was like this really hot ass Hispanic chick, and she when the other chick was going down on me, like the other chick, like she took off her top or whatever, right? And she was topless, so she was like, "Okay, just suck my titties." And so I just started sucking her titties while I was getting blown, and then I started making out with her, and then while I was getting sucked off, it was awesome. I didn't come, but yeah, I know that does not answer your question at all, but that's an awesome story. That's like one of my. It wasn't bad at all. It wasn't like the worst or bad at all. So there you go.
I think what you're referring to is called edging.
Edging.
I'm not 100% sure on the term, but I'm pretty I'm 75% sure that that's what it's called, like when you like get someone so riled up to the point where they're about to come and then like they don't come. I think it's like edging, like you're edging them. I feel like that's the term. Um
Yeah. No, I can still feel it. I mean, that shit was strong. It was honestly the best I've ever gotten, like in my life.
You
Not.
know what? If you're like a woman in this chat and you want to date an Asian guy, like just get you some Asian friends first because this shit is hilarious to
Uh,
me. Like I love this man. This man is he's my new best friend. Um so I threw up on someone giving them oral sex.
no. Oh.
That was that was my worst experience ever. And I'm going to say it was their fault because I this was a summertime thing again. And in the South we love eating, it's not a black thing, so I'm just gonna say eating watermelon is not a black thing. It's like everybody likes watermelon. But during summer I typically eat a lot of watermelon, like more so than anything else because it's filled with water, it's so hot here, and it keeps you full. Even though
Mhm.
I told my boyfriend at the time, "Hey, I'm full. I don't feel like using my throat right now because like that movement in my throat is going to make me nauseous." At that point, I hadn't developed my, I think it's called gag reflex. It was like it was terrible. Just like, oh, just do it for a little bit and I'll finish myself off. So I'm doing it, and as I'm doing it, I'm feeling like throw up come up my throat. And I'm like, I don't feel well. And he's like, no, I'm almost there. And I'm like trying to muster through this because this is the guy that I lost my virginity to. And I'm like, when you lose your virginity to somebody, it's kind of like you want to make them happy at every turn. I'm like, and also he was teaching me how to give oral sex because like I didn't know how. I was like watching porns to figure out how to do it because I could never figure it out. I was like, how do you do it? How do you get your throat to do it? So he was teaching me. And I was going down on him and he shoved my face down. And that's when I threw up on him. And it was a lot of throw up. He got me back years later because we dated for years. And in our adult life, prior to us breaking up, he had got drunk at my mom's house. And we had to go lay him down in the guest bedroom.
Mm.
And as I was laying him down, I asked him a question. I don't even remember what it was, but I know he turned on me and threw up on my face. So,
Mm.
that was my karma for me throwing up on his dick when I was giving him oral sex. And that was the worst sexual experience that I had other than fucking the guy whose penis was as big as my pinky. I'm not kidding to you. I'm like, everyone thinks I'm exaggerating. I'm not kidding you. And it's a guy that I was dating who's in one of the Ambw groups, and he's with a girl right now, so I really hope he doesn't watch this video. If he does watch this video, your dick's small, and sis, I don't know, you're cheating on him. I know you are because his dick is very small. Um,
Mm.
it's so small. It's so small. It is so small. I was just like, another one of those things where I was like, if I fall in love with this person, I'm gonna try very, very hard to fall deeply in love with his personality so I don't have to have sex with him. Because if I have to have sex with them, then I know I'm gonna end up cheating on this person because I can't deal with the small penis not satisfying me. Tiny,
Hmm.
tiny penis. And I didn't even have a lot of sexual partners at that point. Not to say that people who have a lot of sexual partners have loose vaginas. I'm just saying, like, I knew my, like, when I got to this guy, I had only had 4 partners at this point. So, you know, my vagina is pretty much still barely used. And my water was working all that. He just had a small penis. Super small.
You said he's in one of the Ambw groups.
He is. And
Well, hang
he's,
on. You do know that I'm not gonna name who, but there is someone in one of these Ambw groups that shares every single video on my channel, and it's not me, but they do it. They share every single one.
oh, you know what? If he does see this, he's probably gonna say, "Well, you got fat since I seen you." Yeah, I did get fat, but you know, I don't care. Your dick's still small. I can lose my weight. I don't care. He's like the last time I seen him, he's blocked from my page, but I just seen like his girlfriend post because he's a. Mm, mm. I was
Wait,
going to
so
say.
no, but like, so I'm curious. Like, what was the reason why you guys broke up?
Um, so this was another long distance relationship. He lived in New York and I lived in, of course, North Carolina. Oh, damn. If he sees this, he's definitely gonna know it's him. Um, we broke up because I just felt like he was one of those Asian guys that you get that are like wanting to date black women just like to try out. I don't know if he's
Oh,
still like this, but when I first met him, one of the things he asked me was to talk ghetto to him, and I was like, so ghetto's a noun. um I have a degree. I graduated at the top of my class. My family's pretty prestigious. I don't I mean, I can get ratchet, but you know, that's not black women don't normally just go around rolling their necks and girl and yeah, we're not going to do this. And even though that was probably the biggest red flag, still continued with the relationship. And like as I got to know him, it was more you like fried chicken and all this stereotypical stuff that you see on TV. He was like up until the point where we like actually met in New York. And when we met in New York is when I found out that he lied about pretty much everything about him. Like he told me he was like 29 and like I found a driver's license in his bedroom and it said that he was actually like 38, practically 40. And yeah, and then like he had me he had me hide in his room when a girl came to his house, which like he was like, "Oh, you know, that's just my friend. You don't need to meet her." And it was just so fucking weird. Like there was women's shampoo in his bathroom, but it was like he had long hair, so he was like, "Oh, women have the best shampoo," and I was like, "Yeah, we do have some pretty good shampoo." Like trying to justify all this dumb shit. There was purses in his room, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I sell purses on the side." Like I was really dumb back then, very very dumb, super dumb. All this shit he's telling me, I'm like, "Yeah, this makes sense to me." No, dumb. I was an idiot, and he treated me like shit. So much so that I'm in a Cackle Talk group and I have friends that lived in New York and I was like, you know, I'm talking to them during this whole entire time. He's treating me like shit. And like I'm just like I need to go meet with my friends cuz I was there for I think a week. I need to go meet with my friends. Went to go see my friends. This man did not call me, did not check on me, none of that. And so since I was away from home, I kind of like made the decision like when I got back like towards going home. Oh, he didn't even take me to like go home either because I took the train there because I'm really afraid of flying. Well, I was super afraid of flying back then. Like I had never been on an airplane, so I didn't want to take an airplane. I was especially drive like flying to New York because of 9/11. I'm just like I've I've gotten better about flying, but at that point I wasn't going to fly and I wasn't going to drive either. So I took the train. Didn't take me to the train station, like, and I'm like, I know how to drive. I've been driving since I was 15, so we don't have a metro system here. I've never used one before. Didn't teach me how to use the metro, like didn't even get me a card. He was like, "Oh yeah, you just got to walk down these few blocks." I live in the country. I don't even know like the distance for blocks and all this shit he's talking about. But my friend had to come get me from where I was at cuz I got lost on the metro and take me to where I needed to be just so I can get home safely. And like I stopped talking to him a week later. He was like, "Oh, I missed you. I miss waking up to you." This shit. No, fuck you, bro. I blocked him. And then like I unblocked him because I remembered he took me to this restaurant that I really, really loved. And I was like, "Hey, you. Hey, how you doing? What's the name of that restaurant?" And he was like, "Fuck you." So we're both in agreement. Like, fuck you. I don't care because you had a small dick anyway. Glad you found another girl in the group. I hope they're happy. I really do. Um, I hope he's grown from asking black women to talk ghetto to him. And if she's happy with that role playing and he hasn't grown as a person, then you know what's good. If you like it, I love it, sis. That's never gonna be me, but you know, if you like it, I love it. So,
Hmm.
I really hope he doesn't see this video or she doesn't see this video.
So wait, but how do you know that like he's with someone else? Like, have you seen pictures of it, or
Yeah, I
like
saw her
proof?
like I don't know how many AMBW groups you're in, but like a lot of the Asian men that are in some of these groups, like they be giving these women hell. Like, and some of them are in my Cackle Talk group too. Like, there's love triangles and all this shit. So this girl, she posted a picture of him and her because they're both bodybuilders. Damn. Mm. So she, I be trying not to give details out because really I don't give a fuck. But yeah, she posted a picture of them together or and she had a competition and then she posted a picture of her at his competition. And so I went to her page and it said in a relationship with him. And I was like, oh, good for them. You know, I hope she's having great sex because I wasn't, you know, good for them. Terrible. Yeah. Mm-mm. That's how I know.
So what do you have? Let me say, where's the most? This is a very specific question, but I want to ask you this. So, like, when it comes to obviously your sexual experience with the Asian dudes, where's like the most random or craziest place that you've done it in?
Mm. Hmm. A graveyard?
Wait, it wasn't that guy, right? The purse guy.
No, 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 no. Um, Another one of my exes is going to probably watch this video and he's probably going to be really pissed off about this one. So I'm a terrible human being. I don't just like I'm not a serial cheater. I just want to put that out there. I'm not a serial cheater. Sometimes like things happen. But we have like certain areas around my city where like the moonlighting and the ambience is great, and one of those places happened to be in front of a graveyard. So the guy asked me, he was like, oh, let's go walk the graveyard, it's supposed to be spooky. I don't like scary shit, but he likes scary shit. So I was like, being a brave girl, like, yeah, let's go do it. Like I'm not like this anymore. Now, if I'm not with the shit, I'm not going to do the shit. I'm just simply not going to do it. But back then, I was like, yeah, let's do it. Da, da, da. And like, we ended up having sex in the graveyard, and I have a cut on my knee from it. Like,
Wait,
this is terrible. Huh?
how long ago was this?
This was like 5 years ago. I don't I don't like giving time frames because if anybody who knows me and who I was previously dating aligns these years together, they're gonna be like, this bitch like doing math and shit. Terrible. Um where's the I want to know so much about you because like this old woman thing, like did you
But it's
did
not
you
old. It's just like like old. I mean, like middle like 40s. Probably like
were
late
you
30s,
into
40s.
middle-aged women prior to this experience, or this is what kicked it off for you, like Christian Grey and
Uh,
50 Shades of Grey?
man, I've always been into older women ever since I was a senior in high school, like way long time ago. And I was on spring break, right? Spring vacation. And it was like senior year in high school. Me and my family, we went to where we go? Went to Palm Springs. And so we stayed there for spring break. And while I was there, I was out poolside, which is normally where you would go if you were trying to catch hot babes by the pool. But yeah, anyway, so I went down there, and I was just chilling, just relaxing and stuff. And I had to do a double take. I had to rub my eyes because there was this really hot ass teacher at school that wasn't one of my teachers, but I knew who she was. I did very well, and so I always thought she was hot. I always kind of had a crush on her, and so I saw her there with her two kids, and she was there in this like sexy ass black bikini, and she's just reading a book. And then she I did recognize her because I saw her there with her kids, and I was like, wait, is that really her? And like sure enough it was. So like two what I thought would be 2 boring ass weeks turned into 2 awesome weeks. I was there by the pool every fucking day. Like I was just like, man, I was just chill. I just was chilling there, just drinking a non-alcoholic pina colada and just like relaxing. And I'd wait for her to be there, and sure enough, she showed up every day. And then
I really
ever since then, it's just been everything. Yeah, older women.
I thought you were gonna tell me like she somehow seduced you or something like that. Because you were like 2 awesome weeks. I'm like, oh god, he's about to tell me that his teacher did the unthinkable to him and he enjoyed it. Like that story. Wait, was this teacher white or white?
So what?
Was this teacher white?
No, she was Latina. She was
Okay.
Hispanic. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I was gonna say, oh, he's like this lady done pulled the same thing that one white lady did, and that guy happened to be Asian too. The
Uh,
teacher that slept with the student and got pregnant by him.
well, I mean, I was 18, so at that time, so technically, yeah, it would have been okay if anything had happened. But now she's really old, and like I saw a picture of her, I'm like, old age sucks.
Women age. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but I don't. I mean, I still look like I'm in my late 20s, and I'm almost in my mid
You
30s.
do. You look great. I was like, I thought
Thank
you were
you.
like probably no more than 32, but the youngest maybe 28.
Okay, yeah, I'll take that. But no, I did lose my virginity to when I was in college to I don't remember how old she was. She's in her late 30s, but I met this woman at a bar, and I was out in college. It was like beginning of sophomore year, and I was out with a couple of friends, and we were just chilling, and yeah, it just happened. It was pretty good. I know everyone says that their first time is like the worst time. It was not. It was awesome. I had a really good time. I had it. She taught me a lot. Like she's very vocal in like different ways. Like she would coach me on what to do. She'd tell me what to do. She was really loud in bed. Like yeah, she's really good.
That, you know what? I'm happy for you because the guy who licked the sweat off of me, he taught me a lot too. Like, I have prior to that experience, I know I'm still pretty shy getting to know new partners, but like if I want to keep that partner around, I know exactly like what to do to make that man fall in love with me. So I appreciate that casual relationship I had with that guy.
Mm. So
Does
like,
so, mm-hmm.
oh no, no, I'm sorry. Go on.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like, like, what is your favorite sexual position? Because like for me, mine is like missionary, because like I like seeing like her facial expressions, you know, and so like that for me, that's what turns me on a lot too. There's the sounds and also the facial expression. So, well, what about you?
All the guys who haven't got this position from me probably gonna be upset. I like reverse cowgirl.
Okay, so you like facing out and then going up and okay, yeah.
Yeah, because like when I have sex with guys, I don't know if it's just like so great to them, but when they're in missionary and their faces, I'll I'll like in between moaning, I'll just be laughing. It's hilarious. I'm like, some of you guys' faces is just like the funniest thing I have ever experienced in my life. And I'm happy that you're enjoying the sex, but I'm like, male sex faces are hilarious.
I mean,
I think
I don't think I have a funny sex face. I think like I'm not even that loud in bed. I think like the most I do is like closing my like when I'm coming or whatever. Typically, just like I don't know. What do I do? I think maybe like I'll shut my eyes or something like that. You know what I mean? Like if it's a lot
you
of
don't
pressure or
let
whatever.
people know you're gonna come. You don't moan.
I
What
do.
do
Yeah, I
you
do.
mean?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
do. What about you? Like, do you like what was your O face like? What?
Look, I've been trying to cover my face the entire time because I know I have a terrible sex face. Like I'm already like screaming to the top of my lungs and giving accolades that I have no business giving. If
Like
it's really great.
what
What'd you
is it
say?
like? What is it like though? Like, what do you look like when you're coming?
I mean, I'm not coming now. I can't show you.
But like, I'm just like typically like, how does some people's face contorts differently? Like, how would you do? I mean, like your eyes like open when you come? Like, is your mouth wide open? Just stuff like that. I mean, it's just. I mean, I've never seen
Um,
a guy close my eyes, but
so anytime I probably the first like maybe 7 months I was having sex with my best sex partner ever, I was like literally like my bed is full of pillows. I was literally grabbing any pillow I could find and shoving it over my face and screaming when I came. So probably eyes closed with my mouth open until like one day he got like very smart and like just knocked all the pillows off and he was like, look at me when you're coming. Like, no, don't make me. Yeah, that like I love that. I love that man. I like he's an asshole, but and a fuck boy, but I love that man. If he was like not a terrible human being, I probably would still be fucking him. No, that's not true. I really want a serious relationship starting next year.
starting next year. So you're single right now?
Yes. I mean, there's like people have been asking me out, but like this pandemic has like I've lost like a lot of people due to it. My great grandmother, yeah, she's great. She was 105. She just passed away in September.
Mm.
I had a friend pass away in August. I had someone else pass away in March. So like emotionally, it has been like a very roller coaster ride riding year for me because I got my federal job, which has been a blessing to me. Like I'm about to be debt free and I'm about to buy my next house next year. So like I had this really great thing happen to me, but these slew of bad things happened to me. And I felt like I'm not in a place to take on someone else's emotional baggage, nor do I think it's fair for me to give my emotional baggage to somebody else. So right now
So
I'm working on myself. Like I'm in the gym losing weight and like getting my mind prepared and my emotions prepared to like fully immerse myself into a serious relationship. Also, the dating pool has pee in it. That shit, like, some of y'all males are trash right now. Y'all are really trash. Like,
what
I'm
is it?
like, I joined Reddit and I'm reading all this shit that some of these guys are posting, and I'm in the Ambw group, so I'm reading some of this shit these guys are posting, and a lot of y'all are trash. So I'm gonna wait till like things open back up and the civilized men step up because I don't want none of you other men. Y'all are trash. Not you specifically, but a lot of you guys are trash.
When's the last time you got laid?
Oh gosh.
That long?
Yes, because I'm very selective with my kitty. Like I don't even, and it's like it's terrible. Not my kitty's terrible. That shit's bomb. Like it'll change your life. But it's terrible being selective when you have so many guys who want to smash you and you could smash, and you also don't like toys. Like I don't like toys. I can't get with. I'm sorry, I'm stopping because I have like I'm anonymous online, but certain things that I'm saying, if you can find these comments, you can identify me. So I'm like ultimately identifying myself, but whatever. We're already
So,
here now.
so you
It's
don't
too late
have,
to go back.
but so you just say you don't like toys. So you don't have any vibrators,
No, I have
toys,
toys.
dildos.
Like I have like top of the line hot shit, but they don't do anything for me. Like I have that. Like, do you know about toys? Because I'm about to describe something to you, and I don't know if you know about it.
Well, I mean, I'm staunchly against anyone sticking anything up my ass, but I do know. Yeah, I do know what toys are. Like, I
No,
don't
okay.
have
So
any. I don't have any, but I've seen them. Yeah, I've used them on other people, not on myself.
so I have really a top of the line. You know, I never knew the difference between a dildo and a vibrator. So I'm just going to call it a vibrator because it vibrates, but it also like jumps, but it also rotates and then it's ridged. And then it
Yeah,
has
I know what
like,
that is.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I got one of those, used it once, wasn't impressed. Um, cause like I was spoiled by that Vietnamese guy. Like I need intensity. I need like biting. I need scratching. I need kissing. I need hair pulling. I need all that. I also got this new toy out that's like a rose, and it's supposed to be like the number one rated toy ever on Amazon or whatever. I bought that, used it once. It was a great experience. Probably wouldn't use it again. Like I buy toys and like they sit in my lingerie drawer and collect dust after I've used them once and washed them. I'm
Yeah.
not a toy person.
Yeah. So okay. So I'm gonna pull up something really quickly. What the fuck? Hang on. Okay. So anyway, while I try to pull it up, so you've never had like any guys like try to like use like a lot of different stuff on you, like. Well, no, hang on. No, for instance, let me rephrase the question. Have you ever been tied up? You like being tied up?
No, but I was like the first guy, the one that's from California, he was into that stuff and I really wanted like to explore that stuff with him, but like we just like never got the opportunity to. Um but I was like I felt like my kinks he like matched them, but at the same time I felt like he was a little bit afraid to tell me some of his kinks because like I'm southern and like I come across like in real life, not online, as I'm sorry, this threw me off. Those are anal beads. I know what those are. Haven't had those used on me. Um, It's made me lose my train of thought. Oh, yeah. So I come off as very conservative in real life. Because I'm also shy. So this is a big step for me. You're pulling a lot of secrets out of me. I hope this is helping your channel because I'm exposing myself. So yeah, he was like very, I could tell he was very afraid to tell me his kinks. Like he would mention something and my eyes would get big, like, oh really? But it was really like, oh really? You're into that? Like, and he would like give it up, like just not discuss it anymore with me. And I wish our relationship was better than it ultimately became because like I'm with all the shits. I'm with all the stuff he likes. Yes, tie me up. Yes, try that on me. All of it. I want it all.
So like, what's the most amount of times that like Asian guys made you come? Like in like during like one session though. It can't be like spread out. It'd be like the same night or whatever.
Oh goodness. I almost said his name. The guy that licked the sweat off me, I it was nonstop coming. I timed it 12:30 to like 7:30 at night. My when I told my sister, she was like, "Oh my god, y'all were fucking," and I was like, "Yes." I drunk like I don't even know where all this water came from because I squirt too. I just know that I was like I had to sleep on my floor for like the next 2 days because like my mattress, like I cleaned it, but it was like I was at the point where I was like, I probably should buy a new mattress. Like,
Wait, hang on,
no one.
wait. You can't just gloss over something like you just did right now. Like, wait, you just casually said like, oh, I squirt too, and then like you just said that like very very quietly. Like, you can't just say that so casually. I
Why
don't
did
even know.
I? That's
You
like
did.
that's
It's like you said it, and you would hope that like I wouldn't hear it, but like I heard it. And that's the only thing I've been thinking about like for the past like minute. It's just like just so how much? How much? Like because well, here's the thing. All right, so not every woman can squirt though. Like that's the thing. Like it is it yeah not everyone can do it. Like it's not necessarily just like all women because I've tried with certain women and I've talked to certain women and some of them have told me that they no matter how hard people try they can't do it. So you're actually like in the minority, I think.
and when I was having sex, excuse me, with these guys, um, I was very scared of that, like,
Scared of
because
what?
I'm like I like know very bare minimum about sex. I know use a condom, make sure they're safe, but it's like I said, that guy had to teach me a lot about sex, and so like I would always when I had those two partners, I would be like, while we're making out and I know we're like definitely about to have sex, the first guy was like, I'm sorry to tell you, but I squirt. Like I thought there was something wrong with me. And he was like, you do? And he was like excited about it. And I was like, I don't understand this. I thought like this wasn't a good thing that was going on here. And so yeah, I squirt. They've made me squirt. It ruins my mattress. And what y'all guys are so selfish because y'all will fuck a girl on one side of their bed. At least this is my experience. They will fuck me on half of my bed, then roll around and they will sleep on the dry side of the bed and leave me in wetness. So I got clever. I was like, oh, we're gonna fuck in the middle of the bed. And then like we would fuck in the middle of the bed and I end up having to sleep on my floor because I'd have to clean my bed
It
and
is.
it's still wet. It's like freaking soaking wet. It's like someone poured like 3 gallons of water on the freaking bed.
Mm.
And I was like, okay, I'll layer the bed with towels and blankets that are only going to be used for sex. Yeah, no, I drink a lot of water because every time like the sex is amazing and I'm squirting and coming and yeah, always a soak mattress at the end of my sexual experiences. Always.
Mm. So you're loud, and you like being spanked. You like getting your hair pulled, and you squirt.
Who said spank? Did I say spank? Who said? Yeah, I probably did. I do like. Oh my god, I do like being spanked. Like,
Like
almost.
how hard?
How do you determine like?
Because like when I do it, I literally like to leave a handprint on the girl's ass. So I just go like this. I
Well,
can't do.
I'm black, so I don't know how like that's
I've
going to
done it.
happen.
I've done it. It's possible. I've done it.
I don't believe you. Like, I don't believe you.
Well, I
I
mean,
don't.
then apparently you've never been spanked that hard. Then.
I mean, like I said, like when you come off very conservative and shy,
Oh, that's bullshit.
it's
No,
like,
after everything you told me, yeah, that's a bunch of BS.
oh,
That,
that's
uh,
because you haven't met me in real life. Like now, if you meet me in real life, you're gonna know all this background story, and so like it's gonna be kind of hard to be like talking in my like shy voice and all this other stuff. I'm like scoping these dudes out, seeing how they are. He was like very the guy who liked to spank me, he was very gentle. Like he would like tap me, then he'll be like, "Is that okay?" And I have to be like, "Oh yeah," and then like he was like afraid to break me because I'm short. Well, when we met, I was short and smaller. Now I'm a little bit thicker, thicker than a Snickers. But so maybe he doesn't. If we had to have sex, he wouldn't mind like just smacking my ass. But in the beginning, it's like he's testing to see how far he could go, and like he didn't go pretty far. I wish he did.
that's the opposite of what I do. I don't ask questions. I just go in and just. I like to break people. Like I like to break women. You know. Like why not?
Why?
That's the whole point. That's the whole point of sex. It's like you can't half-ass it. Like if you're gonna like no pun intended, but if you're again this is filled with puns, but if you're gonna go in, again no pun intended, then you need to go all the way and you need to break someone completely. You know,
Whoa, sir.
I don't
Okay,
believe in
so
doing anything half-assed. I don't believe in doing anything half-assed at all. So
what about how does this correlate to your sensual experiences?
oh my sensual experiences. I'm very good at that. Like I like foreplay. Yeah, I'm good at that. So like for that, I like to well, number one. I've been told I'm very good at foreplay and very good at kissing. Very good with my tongue, both upstairs and downstairs. Um, like I like to do a lot of slow caressing. You know, like slow caressing, like on the small of your back, typically where a lot of girls get their tramp stamps. Like that's where I like to do that. Then also like to do like up the thigh. You know, like very up and down up the thigh like it's just using my fingers. It's not even using any other objects. Like if I want to use other objects, use like ice cube or like candle wax or anything like that. Just your point is to get someone off without penetration. So, you know, like I said, it's just like I don't know. This happened a few times where like I'm making out with a girl and then they'll just like take me by the hand and just go inside the bedroom. That's basically it. I'm very good. I'm very good at foreplay. I'm very good with my tongue. So I think your audio is off or something. I can't hear you. Oh, hang on. Yeah, there you go.
So in the other live, you're like, "Oh, I'm private," and
Yeah,
I think you said shy. And like now I'm like super scared of you. Like if the black women are watching this video, like these are the dangerous Asian guys that you should be very wary of. The ones that act shy, because the one who like was into kinks, he was like super nerdy and wore glasses and like was very shy too. But behind that, he was like you. He was like a wolf to sheep, and you don't even know you're the sheep. You think you're in control.
oh no, not all. See, that's the thing. Like I'm me being as open about this as I am. It's actually a good thing because then it's not like I've tried to hook up with girls and it doesn't happen often, but like where they're actually really conservative. And I know you say conservative, but I don't believe you. But I think like but I have
Don't do me.
No, but I've met like conservative girls and like they're really conservative. Like they like no matter how hard they try, they're just not having it. And so it's like I try to act all nice and proper at first, and then I ask them and stuff like that, and it doesn't work out. I figured like in the past where I've been this forward to women and stuff, it usually works. Like they're usually if you're really forward about something, like even about sex or anything like that, they're usually more receptive to it. Actually, like that's what
I
I found out.
completely agree with that because like when I was actively dating and I was on dating apps, I'm like, I have no idea why I'm burping so much. I'm so sorry. I'm like, tell me exactly what you're looking for and be honest about it because that'll give me the opportunity if I'm willing to accept it or not, or like if I want to walk away. But you have a greater chance of me accepting it if you're upfront than trying to bullshit me and then later I'm finding out something else. So like if like and this only worked once. This guy was like, yeah, honestly, I just want like to have sex. And I was like, well, I want to like you if I'm going to have sex with you because like you're going to be in my house, you're going to be in my space. I might want to go get some food after. Can I at least like you just a little bit? And like we had like an amazing sexual relationship too, and we were like cool, we were like friends. So I completely agree. If you're upfront about your intentions, like you'll find that some women just want to have sex too and they don't want any other bullshit with it.
I mean,
Sometimes.
I'm like from like a dating romantic perspective. That's what I use on all my dating profiles too. I'm upfront, usually, like about like if I'm just looking for a relationship and I'm not looking for friends or anything like that, and I just say like don't waste my time. Then they're typically like the quality of women that I meet is usually better. If I'm not upfront about it, then I'll meet pretty much just anybody, and then it won't go anywhere. So, but yeah, so but no, you know what, like yeah, like I said, if I'm I think you were BSing the fact that you were conservative. That's bullshit.
Bruh, like,
After like
sir.
everything we've been talking about the past like hour or so, I have come to the conclusion that you are freaking bed. That you're nasty as fucking bed, and that's a good thing. It's not like a negative connotation. Okay, so don't think that way. And what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that.
Sir, I'm so happy I'm an anonymous person online. I really hope nobody figures out who I am because, like, I don't want the flood of inboxes. Like, so you don't like toys? Can you, like,
Well, that
simple
guy, that
shit?
guy, that guy that you dated that sells woman purses or whatever, he's probably gonna be like super mad and like he'll probably start like his own YouTube channel and post like bad videos or where he's like talking shit about you. No, I'm just kidding. As that he would never. No one would ever do that. Relax. No one would ever do that.
I welcome it because I'm not ratchet anymore. I'm reserving that ratchet side for when I get married and have children and have to act a fucking fool over my children. But I have a tiny bit left in me where if he did that, oh boy, I'm so like, look, I stand on all the shit that I talk and I normalize apologizing if I'm wrong. But this is my experience. So you can't be wrong about how someone internalized how you treated them. So if you were, I mean, if he got online and was like, "Oh, she said I had a tiny penis," blah blah blah, he's butthurt about that. I mean, hey, you have a tiny penis. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you to prove me wrong, but you can if you want. Otherwise, you have a tiny penis, my dude. Sorry, my pussy's not. I don't have a fat pussy. You have a tiny penis. Tiny
Uh,
penis guy.
wait. No, we're not gonna gloss over something else you just said. So you said that you don't have a big pussy, right? So, I mean, you have a tight pussy. No,
Didn't you wait? Whoa.
dude, no. We're not gonna skip over
Look,
that. We're gonna go
it's
back to that.
probably tight now because I haven't like. I'm telling you, if you're not having sex, but you want to have sex, and toys just aren't doing it for you, you're like very miserable. I'm a miserable person, sex wise, because like I know people I could call who could come over here and fuck me, but I'm so protective of my energy and who I'm fucking. I'm just not willing to do that. But my pussy is very tight. Like I do my Kegels. I haven't. I think you asked me the last time I had sex. It was probably prior to this nonsense that we're going on. So 2019.
Mm. They say you have a tiny
But
pussy. It's not tiny. Sorry, tight. It's tight, right?
definitely, if I wanted to fuck somebody, please make no mistake, I could send a few text messages out like and be like, I'm off today. I have Crown, I have Ciroc, I have wine. Like, grab some food. I live by myself with my cat, but I can put her in the guest room. What do you want to do? Guarantee you, all night I'll be fucking somebody if I wanted to. And that motherfucker will be a fine ass dude. So yeah. I'm actively not dating an active oh fuck.
Wait,
There's
what?
this guy that likes me and I kind of like him and I hope he doesn't see this live.
Is he Asian guy?
He is an Asian guy.
Um.
Damn. I'm sorry. Look.
Wait, no. So it's you know we don't talk about him. That's fine.
No, it's like I feel like he's gonna have reservations about the fact that I have like a go-to if I wanted to fuck somebody, and
but
and
no,
that's
but
understandable.
no, but that's not the same thing as seeing him. I'm actually seeing someone else on the side. It's not. You're not cheating. You're just being honest about because here's the thing too. A lot of people don't want to admit this, but women can get laid pretty much anytime they want. Guys, on the other hand, it's not necessarily the same thing. Like that's just like
I,
common knowledge.
I don't believe that.
It is true. It is like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like you could be like a fucking like nun. You could be like the most conservative nun or a monk, and you'd still be able to get sex anytime you want. Unless you're like, I mean, even like I guess average, quote unquote average or unattractive women can still get laid anytime they want because they got pussy. You know,
But
guys on
men
the hand,
can too. I just think
no,
that like
no,
but
no.
women outnumber men, so statistically, like that doesn't make sense because like it might not be the woman that you want, but I can assure you,
That's
that
not true. It's not true because it's just not true. Like it's just again. Like I don't. I mean, I don't think like I don't think there's anything wrong with me, but I don't consider myself a model either. But I know like in college, like a lot of my friends who were or like a couple of my friends who were in like frats, like they're like 6'5", tall dudes. Like typically, when you think of frat guy in college, that's what they would be. They're good guys. They're good guys. But even then, they have told me repeatedly, and not just me, that like they have trouble sometimes getting girls, and sometimes it's not because of their looks, it's because of their personality. Because I know these guys, they're nice guys. They're not jerks. They're not the typical sort of beta male jerk. Like they're nice. You know what I mean? They're more kind of like the every. This is gonna sound bad, but like the every like normal guys, like everyday guy. So I'm just saying, it is true. Women can get laid pretty much anytime they want. Guys, we're not so lucky in that regard. So this is how it is. Women are more selective. This is how it is. I'm
I
not
thought you were
selective.
gonna say it was because of their height, because I don't date tall men. Like
No, okay.
I had sex with this guy that was super tall, and like when he was on top of me, like my face, like my lip came up to like just below his like pecs, and the shit was uncomfortable as hell for me. And I was like, never, like I'm like I had to be on top of him because like the missionary was just terrible. It was this Brazilian guy. I was like, when I left there, I was like, I will never fuck a tall guy ever again in my life. And I have stuck to that. I'm not there, and there have been tall guys who hit on me, and especially when I'm actively dating online, and I'll be like, I'm sorry, I do find you attractive, but I don't climb trees. I'm just not going to. And they'll be like, that's the first women like tall men. No, fuck you. I'm sure I don't like tall men.
Hmm. I still think that you know. Anyway, sure. No, what was I saying? Okay. So back to at hand. We need to stick to what's important here. So we're talking about your pussy, right? It's tight, right? That's it.
Whoa, that's not important.
That's more important than this because what I'm saying is true. Like what I'm saying is very true. Like I'm not the only one who says it, but that's neither here nor there. Let's get back to what matters. So but hang on,
You like
wait.
you're
So
so like you're
wait, so, okay, but I want to know like how sensitive are you to like just normal like sensual touch, right? Like foreplay, like how sensitive are you to that kind of stuff? Like, do you get easily turned on?
Yes, like especially if like I'm already attracted to you, like the guy who taught me everything, who I will just call him the sweat guy because I don't want to say his name and I keep almost having to say his name. And it's funny because he has like a YouTube channel too, so I really hope this channel doesn't cross his channel. um, so I would see him, and because of my sexual experience with him, like when he would come to my house and like we would just chill and I would just sit on his lap and hug him, like I would instantly get wet. Like and I would wear like either shorts or leggings because I tell you it's like hot in this state and it like my stuff will drip through my leggings and through my shorts and like will like start to leave like small puddles on his pants and like I'm like, do we need to go to the bedroom? Yes, we need to go to the bedroom because like I'm so attracted to you right now. I need you right now. It's not like I am conservative in real life. Like you're not like you're probably
It's,
not going to be able.
I mean, I'm just
I
saying, like,
am.
dude, you know how many times I've heard that, and then like I've met girls like after that, and then I'm like, yeah, you're full of shit, and then they're like, just like, oh, this is like less than an hour, like in the bed. Like I'm just saying, actually, like I don't. It's not. I'm not judging you.
I know you're not, but I am really. I am. I am. I swear I am.
No, I think so. I have a really hard time believing that.
You're the same person that was like, oh, I'm private, I'm shy, and like now you're like, oh yeah, I'm making
No, like,
like
yeah. Wait, hang
movies
on.
in the bedroom,
I don't make movies.
huh?
I've never made a sex tape, but that's what you're asking.
No, I said that you're like
Uh,
making like fruit smoothies in your girl's vagina and
oh,
like with chairs and whatnot.
but
That
so
that's
like,
funny.
but hang on, wait. On that note, like, are you shaved down there? Or are you like, do you like, do you just go like, is it like, because you know how like some guys like shaved and like a lot of bush down there. Like, what type of what like in the past, like with your exes or whatever, don't shave it or
So
like
anytime I'm
what?
if I'm like actively dating or like my intention is to have sex, call me when you get a chance. If my intention is to have sex or I'm actively dating, like I'll keep myself like shave or wax and I go on a specific diet to make sure like because you can eat certain things to make sure that it tastes great because
Mm-hmm.
males for some reason have this obsession with making you taste your own stuff first, but haha, I'm on this special diet, I taste amazing. Like you're not doing anything for me. Like I know what to eat and what to drink to make sure my shit tastes optimum. Are you drinking enough water as a male? Because I swallow.
Okay, so that's another question. Like, have you always swallowed, or do you have you ever do you like when guys come in your tits or stomach or face or whatever,
I
or do you prefer
cannot
swallow?
stand that shit. That is so disrespectful. I did have an experience where this guy like I almost vomited on him because it was so terrible. And I was like spitting it out and I was like, what did you drink today? What did you eat today? It was one of the most disgusting things I have ever tasted in my mouth. I cannot even believe he had the nerve to like that was so disrespectful. That was so disrespectful. Ooh, I almost threw up thinking about it. Oh my god, I remember it. Oh, it was so gross. Shit. That experience just made me forget the question that you asked me.
I was
Oh,
just
you said do I like okay, so When I started dating seriously, the guy, the guy from California, he came on my breast once, and it was very weird for me. I don't like it. And I had a guy that I used to sleep with, and he would come on my back, and that shit would
On
be,
the
it would
back.
annoy. Yes, like he wouldn't let me reverse cowgirl him. Like he liked fucking me from behind, and he would always come, or if he didn't come on my back, he would come on my stomach, and like I would always yell at him. Like that's why we stopped having sex, because it was like, bruh, put on a condom if you like can't contain yourself. There's like there's like a towel right here. Like he would want the towel, not to come in the towel, but to come on me and to wipe it off. Like that was his kink. And I'm like, even if you wipe it off me, it's still sticky. Like, why are you doing this to me? That's y'all men are crazy. Y'all men are. Oh, someone said swallow for why? Because like when you're giving a guy head, and I'm sorry, don't take my tone as disrespectful, but when you're, yes, when you're amazing at sex and you're giving a guy head and he's like, oh, I'm about to come, oh, I'm about to come, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm really about to work you over. So when he comes and then you keep sucking that, I'm just digging my hole every time I say something, and then I go back to I'm really conservative.
I don't. Yeah. I don't think anyone believes it. Watching right now, type one if you believe this.
You know what?
Believe this shit.
Yeah, y'all don't even got a type of one. And if you're in my state and you see me, you don't see me. Leave me alone.
You done? What's it called? Have you done?
Hmm? I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah. Or
You
it's
said your connection's poor.
no. Get in the private chat.
Oh, let me see. Yeah, so sweat guy, he loves like he loves for me to start oral, but when it gets really intense and good for him, then he likes the 69. Like anytime like he comes over, it's always like, oh my god, give me head, it's so great. I'm like, I know. No, I'm joking. I'm not like that. Stop it. But anytime I give him head, it's like, oh my god, let's 69. So I'm always 69 with him. Fun, and it's funny because the guy that I was dating seriously, I just never could let him go down on me. Like for me, I didn't trust him. Like I don't know if you have this experience, but are there's like certain sexual things? Well, probably not you because you're a sexual deviant. Um, but for me, there are just some sexual things that you just won't trust people to do to you, and it's because like when you're having oral sex with the guy and you're a girl and you're laying on your back or you're laying on your stomach, that's a very vulnerable position for you to be. Like your spread eagle and this guy has their tongue like deep inside you. I just like could only trust like I only trusted 3 out of my sexual partners to do that to me. Not to say that I've had a lot. I have less than the amount of numbers that I can count on my both of my hands. But the Brazilian guy, he was the worst. I made him stop. I made him stop. He was doing it. He thought he was doing great, and he was an older guy too. He was like 42, and he was doing it. And he was like, "Yeah, I'm the best at this." I was like, "No, you're not. Please stop. Please stop what you're doing." He was like, "I won't do anymore." Yeah, because if you continue, I'm not gonna have sex with you. So terrible oral sex experience. I do like 69s though, but I like performing oral sex because like the guy I lost my virginity to, he never like would engage with me as far as feedback, like let me know that I'm doing a good job or he even liked what I'm doing. But all my partners afterwards, they're like really into it. They're moaning. They're like, oh yeah. They're like engaging with me. I like feedback. Please let me know it's good for you so I can continue to do it, so I can make you come because I want to make you come. I get so much satisfaction from making guys come. I don't even have to get off first. Even though my past partners have been very generous to me, but I do like making sure that my partner gets off. Definitely.
Hmm. Okay. I still don't believe you're conservative, but yeah,
Sir.
I don't think I will.
Sir, if I ever meet you in real life, like, don't make things weird for me, okay? I'm telling you, I'm very shy in person. So don't be like, oh, you weren't shy when you were talking about how you were getting fucked by the Vietnamese guy. Like, bro, just let me open up to you if I ever meet you.
Mm. So I'm gonna yeah. So damn, this went on a lot longer than I thought it would. So I had to go, but for a bit. But I'm just gonna end.
Oh, his feed was breaking up.
Yeah. Sorry. I don't. Yeah. So I don't know if you heard what I just said, but I'd like to do another session like this. We can schedule something else for the future. I need to go. I have things. uh,
Oh yeah, you
but
go. It
I
was
like this conversation.
yes,
Well,
I
hang
liked
on.
meeting
Okay.
you
So hang on.
too.
Hang on. So, watching like yeah. Just don't hang on. Just check the
Me.
private chat. Don't go right away. Hang on.
Hmm.
And then uh, so uh, um, there.
Yes, I am.
Okay, all right. Well, and yeah, so just one. All right, cool. So okay, hang
Hmm.
on. If it'll exit out. A couple questions.